and Rolster Y. With the bans that we've seen from the last game, Senna has always been picked during the last 3 games that we had, and it's always a very big priority for the CN Conference. But I am looking at an Ashe angle. We haven't seen an Ashe during the past games, but in the APAC Conference, Ashe is always a prevalent pick. Ashe is always banned, Aatrox is always banned together with them. And I'm surprised that we haven't seen that a lot here.
And, well, maybe we can see it in this game. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, given the different, this is the thing, the difference in like priority and champions in the banning and the picking now prevails. A couple of champions are rising up, like the Camille, like the Shen being available. And both of these champions are actually heavily favored towards the CN Conference. JT might actually prioritize these picks.
Yeah. If Rolster Y would be prioritizing that, they do have the, as you said, yes, the 6 is going to be a good pick here for their side. But I want to see a lot more, a bit different right here for them. Yeah, the Fiora are going to get picked against the Camille. I like that. I want to see that.
I love that. Ratel as well is very, very strong in this champion. Very high win rate. Yeah, I believe 65% on this champion. And he needs all those chances going up against Dawn, if ever. Because he's going to be a key player here in this game, setting up momentum in the Baron lane, if ever, here for KT Rolster.
Yeah. Rolster Y is going to be having a bit of a problem here because the Gragas was available and they weren't able to pick that up. If the Nautilus is going to be available on the second rotation too, could be a good pick for Rolster Y, just for them to counter out. Or not even that. If they want to go for the Braum, it's going to be an okay pick too for Rolster Y, just for them to have that easier access to a lot of the CC. Karma, we haven't seen this too during the last game, so I do hope to see this Karma on the bot lane together with the Gragas. They have a lot of wave clear to work with, but looking at it for Rolster Y, they're prioritizing the Galio more, which is honestly good. Honestly good.
That provides some protection, double global potential here for Rolster Y. And that is a good response actually towards the possible engage of JT. Especially that they do possess the Camille, the Gragas, and the Karma. So in terms of engage and disengage potential, that is a lot of angle that JT can actually have in this game. Now both of these teams can actually bank on more damage. You know, KT does have a lot already with the Fiora and the Ziggs, but JT might need a little bit more.
Let's see what they're gonna do here for the next rotation of our picks, because the Kha'Zix and Zed are still available. Yeezy and also Zero are good players of this Assassins. Akali is still Akali is down, but they still have a lot of picks that they can go for here. The Yone is still available for Rolster Y, so they can go for that angle, considering that Kha'Zix is also banned. So that is a good pick here for Rolster Y.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there at the moment. If JT wants to become very, very extra aggressive in this game, maybe 0711 can actually pick up a Lee Sin, because he is really talented in this champion, and that's something that is really favored in the CN Conference lineups. Having that engaged priority and also that big burst damage in synergy with other champions like the Camille, the Gragas, and the Karma can be much beneficial, especially in lineups like this, like in the side of KT Rolster, wherein they would prefer to group up with the Wukong, the Galio, the Ziggs. I think they might need something that can actually split them up. Oh, this champion has been very much preferred in the CN Conference. I am interested to know the reason why. I mean, it can do a lot of work, but that's the difference with APAC and the CN. In the APAC, we don't see a lot of Xin Zhaos, but in the CN, they love it.
I do hope to see this, especially for the Xin Zhao. We haven't seen a lot of Xin Zhao getting picked a lot because of the how linear Xin Zhao is, but on the hands of a great player, Xin Zhao is going to be good, especially in a composition like what Rolster Y has a lot of melee champions. That's going to push them back. And that's going to be what's important here for this team overall, because with JTeam not even prioritizing the Galio a while ago, they much prioritized the Gragas over the Galio for the combo very easily. I like this Xin Zhao pick because they could just get onto the Ziggs, use the ultimate, and be able to just shut that down as fast as they could.
And I'm really excited to see this. The difference in style and in taste of this very different regions. Now we see them clashing against each other. The aggressive nature of the CN and the safe side in the team fight base composition here of KT Rolster. I am thrilled to see who is gonna come on top of this. Will it be KT Rolster or will it be JTeam? Let us know in the comment section, of course, who are you rooting for? Especially that this is their first time meeting in any sort of tournament. And who is going to land the first blow? We are about to find out in this first game.
Yeah, let's see who's going to be winning on our sides, because that's going to be important to note for this one, because it's the first game. Our Series 2 is going to be coming up, and this is it. This is going to be their stage, and this is going to be their chance to prove against each other who's the better team.
Yazzie, Assy, Corky will be looking to poke out Zero for the meantime here. Yeah, given the range advantage, of course, can have that, especially at level 1, wherein the Yone doesn't really have that soul unbound as the moment to provide additional gap close capability. DY also just helping out a little bit in the laning phase. I think their goal is to try and know where 0711 is so that they can track him down and maybe deny a couple of resources against him.
I do hope that they have a lot more here for Rolster. Why? Because their composition does really scream a lot of damage, but not a lot of utilities as well. I mean, they have the Wukong. Whenever you don't have a CC on your team, a Wukong is always going to be good together with a Galio. But I hope that they would be able to sustain a longer in this. When it comes to the late game, I believe that they still would have a lot of insurances to work with, which is really nice for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. For sure. The scaling as well on the side of KT is really impressive to see, because they have a lot of angles that they can actually take in this game. They can either group up or have some split push for Rattel. So having that angle or having that choice is actually really important in this game, because yeah, you can have a much more solid penetration power when you have a linear composition like JT. But when you have more options, you can have that backup plan set in place. If Rattel actually wins the laning phase, or if he doesn't, and if they reach early game or maybe even the late game here for KT. I think that kind of stability shows so much discipline and knowledge in any sort of team. It is very important, especially when you're going up against a team that already has so much stability.
Let's see how they're going to do that, though, because they still have this 2-minute mark, and we're not going to be seeing any fights, because remember, we do have a Corky and a Yone in the mid lane. They're not going to be fighting against each other for sure. But on the top lane, mid lane, though.
Yeah, Zero taking all damage there. Almost got taken down if ever he got hit by 0711. Fortunately, with a flash, was able to. And yeah. Dodo, gotta go win. I don't think that's the right thing to do, though, as there is a lot of people from the side of JT.
They do have a lot of things to work with here, though, Guillaume, because with what they have for JT, the advantage of them, even in the early game, is because of the Gragas and also this power that they have from the Xin Zhao. And that would be the reason why they could go for this aggressive fight. Look at DY. Look at what he's doing, though.
Just applying so much pressure there, chasing down, tracking down, dude. And
every time,
the majority of the game, even a while ago, right, when the game actually started, was checking the Raptors and trying to see where this Wukong actually is.
That might be a problem going ahead in the future here, Guillaume, because with what they could have here, one of the problems that they need to face is how they're going to be facing with how DY is playing. DY He's a very well decorated player, and you know what he does, and you're seeing it right now. The pressure that he amounts to the members right here of Rolster Y, that's the big difference of Rolster Y against JTeam, is because they have someone like, look at what he's doing. He's just moving forward. He's not even afraid of anything.
Yeah, that's his preference. That is taste. That is what that's kind of his responsibility in his job right now, and he's doing a really good job at it. You know, in just becoming that irritating support, messing with the intended rotation of Du. And while it is a Wukong, he can just try to sneak out of those messy situations. But again, as these attempts accumulate, look at it. It's actually forcing Du to rotate towards the topside jungle just because of the irritating move here of DY. Is working. It's messing with his mind.
Yeah. This is a must problem here for them because of the way that they played around it. Duh is even afraid of going forward or even taking the Rift Herald as fast as he could, because look at that. Look at the top side. They're even going forward. Don128 wants to even stop them from taking this.
Yeah, Du gonna be contested heavily so much in that, forcing the flash. Now JT can actually go towards this Rift Herald. DY going in with the
DY too aggressive though.
Damage, has to flash away, but damage coming
Backline
in from the Karma, gets the Wukong down. Here comes the package coming from Don.
Yes,
but doing a lot of damage. KT has to back away, but here comes
DY.
Zero in the front, nearly getting the kill onto DY. 1-for-0 trade. JT still has gotten the advantage.
That was scary. I thought they're not going to be able to actually do that. But because they were able to survive for so long, Rolster Y did a pretty good job. But JTeam, look at this.
Oh, wow. Okay, it got the kill with the Shield of Duran to set it up. Nomel, really good job. Thumbs up.
Great start of the fight there. I mean, as we expected, look at this. Look at what happened onto the back line. Yeetzy and also Barry was just looking at the back line while everything is happening right there. And it wasn't expected by Rolster Y. And because of that, this bottom lane tower is in danger.
Double objectives taken by JT. They actually go in on the tower. 257 HP. But yeah, the damage is really high coming in from 0711. Top side, Yezi being contested. The flash by Nomel to get that Shield of the Run. Nothing that DY can do. So unfortunate for JT.
Can't even do anything. Now look at Rattel. They're at the ready and taking down JTeam here. It's just with what we're seeing so far, right? It's a good thing that Rolster Y has been fighting toe-to-toe against JTeam against this, but the macro, we can see that JTeam is gaining advantage against Rolster Y. It's a bit rough, but they know what to do. And that marks the difference between the China Conference and Rolster Y being from Korea.
So much aggressive and proactive moves coming in from JT. And, well, KT having some angles that they are taking, like getting the kill onto Yezi, but I don't think it's gonna be enough, you know, comparing it to the double objective that JT actually has gotten, plus, you know, a tower takedown due to the force that Don128 is actually doing in the bottom lane. So with this, a gold is being accumulated, and I'm getting nervous here for KT.
Really scary, honestly, for Rolster Y. They are losing a lot of their space. Look at JTeam. Look at what they're gonna do to Nomel here.
Yeah, they're gonna be diving. Oh, Hero's exit. Bye-bye. That's Nomel. Fortunately, he was able to back away. The tower's still safe. JT setting up a death brush. But I don't think KT can actually defend at all on this tier 1 tower in the top lane. They have to give this away. And another small win again gotten here by JT.
Yeah, another win. And they're just not going to stop on taking these objectives. Look at how slowly this gold lead is just going to balloon in favor of JT. As long as Rolster Y doesn't do anything, JT is just going to be gaining and gaining on the members here.
They pile on. Ooh, almost an engage there towards 0711. But a 1v1 is still happening here in the bottom lane on the Rattel and Don. Rattel unfortunately has to back away. as Dawn is just having a massive amount of impact in this game, very mechanically skilled in avoiding some of those damage coming in from Rattel. KT might need to fall back for the meantime, because them grouping up is not allowing them to get anything for now.
Yeah. You're still not getting anything, anyone, because what is happening right now, Girang, is that the problem here is still not done, because with how JT is doing, they're just slowly devouring Rolster Y. Look at what's happening. It's like they're putting a web on the map, and that's why until now Rolster Y hasn't taken down the tower.
Yeah, and that's such a big problem here for KT. Well, they will dive under the tower. DY actually doing a really good job here, trying to prevent. Yezi trying to fall back, flashes away, but unfortunately will still get caught there by Do. A lot of resources used in the bottom lane, as well as 4 people. You know, but good job by DY actually preventing some of those recalls. So now push is being done in the mid lane. 0711 going to be engaging here as Barry actually flashes, enforcing that fate sealed by Zero, but they still will get the tower. Top lane is also being pushed. The Camille, Dawn is going in. The mid lane gets the kill onto the Yone. Wow, that is just so much. I mean, you got killed as well, but still, that is a gold taken there against KT.
Yeah, really good for JTeam to actually do that. They got some 2 kills on their side though, which is pretty important to note. And now with that, they can start and take it again. JTeam, not even faced with the kills that they gave. They are just gonna be taking objectives for objectives and don't even care about what happened.
Yeah, they're getting everything in the side here of JT anyway. And 11 minutes in, we're slowly seeing more and more gold lead going towards the hands of JTeam. And KT, yeah, they're playing it slow. Yeah, they're setting up some picks, but it's not really having the best impact that they intended to have in this game. And yeah, okay, you have that late game scaling with Ione, with Fiora, but at what point will you hold on towards JT's aggression? At one point, are you going to be giving those advantages? Because the scaling of JTeam's lineup is also present, especially with the Corki. A while ago, we saw its damage doing massive already, despite it being like 9 minutes, not 10 minutes into the game. And as the game goes on, he will get more. And ooh, okay, if they are going to be trying to get the kill onto Dawn 128, they will do. As impeccable timing, and unfortunate there for JTeam. But now it gives an opportunity for KT to maybe get something across the map.
Yeah. With that Rolster Y, even just taking the kills, and this is what advantage they would need. Opening up the map a bit, and they want to go for the bot lane whenever they want to, but we'll be able to see one, and DY is going to be the target here.
Yeah, Chain CC forcing the flash, but wasn't able to close the distance. Oh, 0711 though getting caught, and it forces JT to actually group up as well. Nice use of the cask! And they will punish that over aggression. Now it becomes a disaster for Kate, and here comes Dawn 128 wanting to get his revenge. 2 people killed already, and no one will fall down on the side of JTeam.
1 tower on the board for Rolster Y top side, but they got the kill there just because of the great use of the cask, as you said. That way, that opened up the fight, and DY got his revenge. He was able to fight against his bullies a while ago.
Yeah, definitely such an unfortunate case there for Rolster Y. I mean, well, at least Rattel was able to split push a little bit towards the top side. Now is in the bottom lane trying to, get that same impact. However, here we do see higher view on what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
That was a good view.
Yeah. And again, with this, it's going to be coming in for the Baron. Baron's not going to be taken unless Yeezy already does have their items. Right now, you still don't have the 3rd item. Once they got the 3rd item, that's a chance for JT to actually go for that objective. Right now, we've seen Rolster Y taking the kills during the early game, but JT just in one fell swoop, they equalize the amount of kills and even having a 5.68 gold lead at the forefront of all of it.
and smooth execution as well, especially with the impact here of DY. Eyes on him later on for sure, because he's gonna be making more of that cask. Fate Seal is gonna be done here onto the Corki, but only forces the Valkyrie. And I think that's much more detrimental here towards Rolster Y. Especially that Fate Seal is usually a key spell whenever there's an objective or something.
Yeah. And what is important here for JTeam is that look at how they play around the map, right? They're rotating pretty fast, and Rolster Y, look at them clumped up. This is the difference between this JTeam and Rolster Y. The way they play around whatever is missing, they're forcing them to react, and they play around wherever Rolster Y isn't there. Because when Rolster Y isn't there, that's an easy objective, that's an easy farm angle for JTeam, and that's what I want to see for the macros with this incoming teams, and that is expected for teams in the Chinese conference.
Macros, micros, economy as well, going towards JT's favor, basically, in this game. And we do see the kind of difference in both of these regions so far, and it's heavily being in favor of JT. It might be something cooking up towards top lane by Rolster Y, but they won't be able to spot anyone out since Yezi already fell back. And Dawn just continues to do his job here in the bottom. It might be better if he was on top side to provide that pressure in the split push, but he wants to actually get closer here towards the other members of JT as they see the dragon spawning up, taking it already. Dawn just going out, but they actually go in once again. Wow, so much damage.
Yeah, they can take this
easily. They actually steal it? No steal. Zero gonna be going in, but actually being done with the Hextech ultimatums. He will be falling down. Mega
JT winning
nothing in terms of damage.
He can't do anything.
0-7-11 with all those sustained. Goes golden as well. Here comes
the stun.
Yeah, you get that 1-for-1, but still, JT just killing every single member of KT right here, except for Nomel. But what can you do when you're all alone here in the mid lane?
Yeah, but one of the things that we've seen there during that whole fight was the way they played around the isolation. They do have Barry, or rather they do have Yetzi and even Don 128 during that fight, and that's the reason why they were able to win. They isolated 2 targets, that's easy for them, but now they might be able to end this game.
Yeah, nothing that Nomel can do. Wave is still very healthy here. And in 17 minutes, JT throws in the first blow onto Rolster Y.
Really good win for the side of JTeam. The way they decided during this whole game is that they won't care if ever someone dies. If someone dies, then okay, let's deal with it. Somewhere else, we're gonna find an objective that we're gonna use in our favor, just so that Rolster Y wouldn't have that bigger advantage. And that's a very smart way to play for the side of JTeam. And that's how you should play this macro game. They don't become reactive to what Rolster Y wants to happen. And JT, their proactiveness on that objective was really phenomenal during this whole time.